Hello, lovelies. Welcome back to Ruke. If you've ever wanted to learn how to stitch but had no idea where to start, this video is just for you. I will show you all the basic step by steps you can start sewing today, even if you've never held a needle before. So come along, guys. Let's begin. Here is what you need. You need a needle, threads, fabric, scissors, and if you have one or an embroidery hook, it makes practicing it very easier. Okay, so if you have embroidery hooks, it's going to be easy for you. So this is what I'm using, just a piece of fabric, and it's what I'm going to use to stitch mine. So we are going to be doing the stitches we'll be doing are the whip stitch, the running stitch, the back stitch, cash stitch, and peak stitch. Those are the 5 stitches that I'm going to be showing you how to make. Okay, so I'll show you how to do them, then you can easily do them. This can be done for designing of your dress, finishing fabric, and it's very easy to make. So the first thing you are going to do is, let's start by threading our needle. Use your thread that is not too use a thread that is not too long. About an arm length is perfect for this. Okay, so now let's do the whip stitch. To do the whip stitch is like when you are doing your interlocking for your dress. So now, to do this whip stitch, you are going to fold the fabric as if you are stitching the edge. Can you see what I did? I fold it into two, then I passed the needle first, then I came back, not from the place that I passed the needle, I went to the back and I passed the needle again. So that is how you are going to do the whip stitch. Then you go again, go back to the part that you put the needle, the first place, and you pass the needle again. So it's going to be like lines, straight lines, different line designs. Now you can do this in a curved way. If you want it to be slanty, you can slant it, but if you want it to be straight, you can make it straight. Can you see what I'm doing? So that is how you are going to do your whip stitch or overcast stitch. So this stitch has two names. It's either called a whip stitch or an overcast stitch. Now you are going to do the same thing from the beginning of your fabric. You stitch it all the way down to the end, and if you are using an embroidery hook, you do it in the straight line that you draw. Just do it correctly. Take your time, don't rush when you are doing it. It's not something to rush about, and it can be used to design outfit also. If you want to use it as an interlocking, you can use it as an interlocking, but you can also use it to design your outfit. Is very good stitch for designing. So I'm just going to do it all the way to the end. Can you see it? Then I'm done stitching the whip stitch or overcast stitch. This is it. It's very simple, right? It's like a straight curved stitch, but it's not that. Okay, so you are passing it from the front all the way to the back. You are not stitching in the same line, so that's why it has this effect. Now cut your thread and take another thread you'll be using for the running stitch. Now that we are done with the whip stitch, let's go over to the running stitch. For the running stitch, you draw a straight line and pick your thread. After picking your thread, you cut it and make sure you knot the thread. I forgot to say that earlier. Then when you are done knotting it, the running stitch is like a straight line stitch. You are going to stitch it on a straight line. And can you see what I did? Instead, the other one, we did it from the other side. Now this one is, you are going to do it from a straight line. You pick it up. Can you see what I'm doing? And you continue stitching it. Take your time. Your first line doesn't have to be perfect. You can just keep doing it until you get a perfect line. Can you see what I did? I did a straight line, then I also made it a broken line so that it will be easy to just follow the line. Now you see what I'm doing? I came in, then I'll pass it through on the same straight line. Then you go over from the back, you pass the needle upwards and pass it again through on the same straight line. Can you see what I'm doing? So this is how you are going to stitch your running stitch. It's very easy, it's just like a straight line, and this can be used for hemming your dress and also for designing. So do the same thing that I did for mine, do the same thing for yours. You can practice this, you can just keep practicing it. Okay, it's not about practicing and you just leave it. You practice it, and sometimes you can do embroidering work for your client. I finished the running stitch. It's time to go over to the back stitch. Now for the back stitch, you thread your needle the same way and you start your back stitch. For the back stitch, you start it first from the back of the fabric, then you now go up a bit. So you go up a bit. After you've gone up a bit, you come back and pass the needle to the back. Can you see it? I went up a bit, then I'm coming back, passing the needle to the back. Can you see it? Then I'm now going to stitch it. After stitching it on the back of your fabric, you go front. It's like taking a big gap. Then that gap that you took, you are now going to come back and stitch it. Can you see what I'm doing? So on the back of the fabric, I'll go forward a bit, then come back and stitch it. Now that stitch can meet the previous stitch that I've made. So that's what I'm doing. I went forward a bit, then I came back to it. Can you see what I'm doing? Where I place my needle. That is how you are doing the back stitch. The back stitch is forward from behind of the or the back of the fabric, then backward on the front of the fabric. So forward on the back, backward on the front. That is how you are going to do your back stitch, and it's very, very beautiful. The back stitch gives a firmer or a stronger line. Great for seams. If you want to do your seams, it's very, very great for it, and the back looks so neat when you finish. So we are done with the back stitch. It's time to do the cash stitch. The cash stitch is like a zigzag stitch. It's like a zigzag stitch, but it's not zigzag. So you pass the needle. After you pass it, you come up a bit. Can you see it? Come up a bit as if you are doing a triangle. Then you come up again, come to that side of that up that you've gotten. Then you see it, then you come down. So it's like a V stitch. It's like a V or a triangle stitch. Now after you've come down, you come to the side of that stitch that you passed. Now can you see it? So just do what I'm doing. Come to the side. Can you see it? That is the cash stitch. Then you now give it again to the other side. That is the triangle area. Then you pass it again. Can you see what I'm doing? You pass it again, then you come down. Either you are doing a triangle, a V, or a W. This is how the stitch is going to look like. Now you come, you see that part that you stitch, you come up again and you pass it. It's going to be like a cross on that line that you stitch. Can you see it? So that is how it's going to be. So this is our cash stitch. Our cash stitch. Okay, now you do the same thing all the way on the straight line that you drew. So take your time when doing these stitches. Take your time. It's good to always learn how to do different stitches, because sometimes when you finish making your dresses, you can easily just use stitch as designs for your cloth. And if you want to use the thread to make the stitches, sorry, to make designs, I advise you use an embroidering thread. Those thread makes the work come out very, very neat and beautiful. And if you don't have a embroidery machine, why not just try designing your outfit by yourself? You can do that. So that is for the cast stitch. So I'm going to do mine, and I will love to see yours on our Telegram channel. I'm going to drop the link on the description so that you can send yours, so that I'll be able to see what you've made. Okay, this is the cash stitch, and it's very easy to make. Very, very easy, and it's very good for designs. After I'm done with the cast stitch, I'm going to cut the thread and we'll go over to the last and final stitch for the day, which is the peak stitch. Now the peak stitch is very, very easy to make. It's like an invisible stitch, but it's not invisible stitch. Now the pig stitch is, no, we are starting the stitch from the back of our fabric. Now you are going to pick it up. You are going to use the needle and pick the fabric like a tiny pick. Can you see what I'm doing? You just pick it up. Can you see it? After you've picked it up, you stitch. This one, you are not going from the back to the front. You are picking it on the front of your fabric and you stitch. Can you see it? It's very difficult to see the stitch when I'm done picking it. And you can make it wider. You can make it not to be wide. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you can make it to be wide, like what I'm doing now. You see, it is this particular one is a bit wide. Now you can make it to be so tiny that the person looking at your dress will be wondering how did they stitch this particular outfit. Now this stitch is used for hemming of our dresses, and when making a design for your outfit that you don't want the thread to be too obvious, you can stitch with your hand. And most people actually stitch a whole dress with their hand, and it's not something that is very difficult. Can you say it? This is how it looks. See how pretty it is. The pig stitch is actually almost one of the best stitch that I know. You can pick your own and determine which of the stitch that you like best. So go ahead and complete the pig stitch. Then we are done with our stitching tutorial. The tip I'll give you is keep trying it, keep working on it. Just cause scrap of your fabric and always try to make something out of it. There are so many stitch out there, but today I'm just giving you 5 of them that I know you will be able to. Can you see the back of the fabric? Can you see how it looks? So I'm just giving you 5. There are so many that you can try, and you'll be able to make amazing embroidery design, or just to aim the bottom of your dresses. Okay, so this is the stitches. This is how it looks. After stitching, this is how it looks. Like I said earlier, there are so many that you can try. Thank you so much guys for watching today's tutorial. Today's tutorial is just for beginners and showing them how to make stitches or embroidering designs that they can do by themselves. Thank you so much guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Have a nice day. Bye guys.